Hey Reddit, my name's Jake. I'm 32, financially stable, and, up until recently, living a pretty peaceful life. That was before my parents decided I was their personal retirement plan. Let me paint a picture of my family. My mom is the queen of entitlement. She truly believes that giving birth to me was the greatest investment of her life, and that one day, I'd be cashing out in her favor. My dad? He's just along for the ride. If my mom says something, he nods and agrees. His decision-making process consists of 3 steps. Ask my mom, do what she says, then pretend it was his idea. And then there's Emily, my older sister, the golden child. If favoritism had a face, it would be hers, probably on a gold-framed portrait above my parents' fireplace. She never had to work for anything. If she wanted something, it magically appeared. Meanwhile, I was out here earning my own money at 16 while my parents made excuses about why they couldn't help me with anything. So a few months ago, I get a call from my mom. That alone was suspicious because she never calls unless she wants something. I pick up, and the first thing she says is, "How's my favorite son?" Right away, I know something's up. I say, "I'm your only son." She laughs like I just said the funniest thing in the world and goes, "That's why we need to have a little talk. Your father and I are getting older, and we're thinking it's time to retire. Settle down, enjoy life a little." I tell her that's great. Good for them. Then she drops the bomb. She says, "We were thinking you could help us out financially." At first, I think I misheard her. I ask her to repeat it, and she says it again, this time with a tone like it's the most natural thing in the world. I tell her, "You're both 55. My dad jumps in and says they've worked hard their whole lives, and now it's my turn to take care of them. He says, family takes care of each other. That line, that magic phrase. The same family that forgot my birthday 3 years in a row. I ask if they've talked to Emily about this. The second I mention her name, my mom gets defensive. She says Emily has her own life to live, that she's busy, and that unlike me, she has responsibilities. I blink a few times, because I must be in some alternate reality. Emily, who has never worked a real job, has responsibilities. Meanwhile, I run my own business, pay my own bills, and somehow I have extra money? I take a deep breath and tell them no. Silence. Then my mom's voice goes sharp. "Excuse me." I say it again. "No, I'm not paying for their retirement. They had decades to save money, but instead, they spend it all on Emily, covering for her bad decisions. That's not my problem." And that's when my mom loses it. She starts yelling about how ungrateful I am, how they sacrificed so much for me, how I wouldn't be where I am without them. My dad chimes in, saying, "We gave you everything." I ask them to name one sacrifice. Just one. My mom sputters, then finally screams, "Emily would never abandon us like this." And that's when I start laughing, because I know something they don't. Emily doesn't care about them. She won't help them. She never has, and she never will. I hang up. A few months pass. Life is good. I think the situation is over. Then one night, there's a knock at my door. I open it, and there they are. My parents. Suitcases in hand. Their entitled smiles fade when they see my face. My mom clears her throat. "We need to talk." I cross my arms. "No, we really don't." But they're already stepping forward, like they expect me to let them in. And that's when I realize they don't just want money. They want to move in. I don't step aside. I don't invite them in. Instead, I stand there, arms crossed, staring at the 2 people who used to be my parents before they decided I was their personal ATM. My mom is the first to break the awkward silence. She puts on that fake sweet voice she always uses when she wants something. "We were in the neighborhood," she says, as if she just happened to be dragging 2 giant suitcases down my street. My dad nods along, clearly going with the script they prepared in the car. And, well, we figured we'd stop by for a little visit. I glance at the suitcases again. "You usually bring a full wardrobe for your little visits?" My mom's smile twitches. "That's actually what we need to talk about." I already know where this is going, but I let her continue. She sighs dramatically, like she's carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. "Your father and I, we've hit some financial difficulties. We had some unexpected expenses, and I cut her off. Emily needed money again, didn't she?" Their silence is all the answer I need. I laugh, shaking my head. It's honestly incredible. They spent their whole lives bending over backwards for my sister, covering her messes, paying her bills, making excuse after excuse for her. And now, after all that, here they are. Broke. Homeless. Standing on my doorstep, expecting me to clean up their mess. My dad clears his throat, trying to regain control of the conversation. Look, son, let's not make this about Emily. This is about family. We need a place to stay for a little while. Just until we get back on our feet. I raise an eyebrow. Define a little while. My mom waves a hand. Oh, a few months. Maybe a year. I almost choke. A year? I step back, still blocking the doorway. No, my mom's face hardens. What do you mean? No. I mean exactly what I said. No. They made their choices. They spent their money. They refused to hold Emily accountable, and now that it's come back to bite them, they want to dump the consequences on me. Not happening. My mom's fake patience shatters. Her voice goes shrill. So you're just going to abandon us? Your own parents. I stare at her. Like how you abandoned me every time Emily needed something? That one lands. My mom's mouth opens and closes like a fish gasping for air. My dad tries a different approach. He sighs heavily, shaking his head like he's disappointed in me. We raised you better than this. I let out a short laugh. No, you didn't. And that's when the explosion happens. My mom screams. Full volume, banshee-level screeching. You ungrateful little, after everything we did for you. We fed you, we clothed you, She's so loud that a porch light flicks on across the street. A neighbor peeks out their window. And that's when I get an idea. A truly evil idea. I take a step back, not to let them in, but to reach for something. My phone. I unlock it, tap the screen a few times, and hold it up. Keep going, I say. This is great footage. My mom freezes mid-rant. My dad stiffens. I smile. I think I'll send this to Emily. Let's see what she thinks about your little visit. And that's when everything changes. For the first time since they showed up, my parents actually look nervous. My mom's eyes dart between me and my phone. You wouldn't. I smirk. Why not? You said Emily would never abandon you. I'm sure she'd love to hear about this. Maybe she'll even invite you to stay with her. Silence. Thick, suffocating silence. My dad shifts uncomfortably, avoiding my eyes. My mom's jaw clenches so tight I think she might break a tooth. And that's when I realize they already tried. Emily must have turned them down. The golden child. Their perfect daughter. The one they spent their entire lives worshipping. She must have slammed the door in their faces, left them out in the cold, and suddenly, I became Plan B. My smirk widens. Oh my God. She did turn you away, didn't she? My mom's face goes red. That's none of your business. I laugh. I actually double over laughing, because this is just too good. So let me get this straight. You spent decades bending over backwards for Emily, treating her like a queen, cleaning up every single mess she made. You ignored me, made it clear I was the afterthought. And now, the second you need actual help, she doesn't even pick up the phone. My mom glares at me, nostrils flaring. You don't understand. I wipe a fake tear from my eye. No, I understand perfectly. You bet everything on the wrong horse. And now you want me to fix it. I gesture to the sidewalk. Get off my porch. My dad finally speaks up, his voice desperate. We have nowhere else to go. I shrug. Not my problem. My mom lets out a shaky breath, like she's trying to hold back another outburst. Then she tries one last card. The guilt trip. Her voice softens. Honey, we're your parents. We're family. I tilt my head. Funny how you only remember that when you need something. Her expression twists into something ugly. You'll regret this. One day, you'll be old too, and no one will take care of you. I smile. I'm planning ahead. Unlike you. My mom looks like she's about to throw another fit, but my dad puts a hand on her arm. He's given up. He knows there's no winning this. They turn, dragging their suitcases behind them. And as they disappear into the night, I can't help but wonder, where will they go now? Because Emily sure as hell won't open her door for them. But me? I'm going to sleep like a baby. I watch them stumble off my porch, dragging their heavy suitcases behind them like the weight of every bad decision they've ever made. The streetlight casts long shadows as they shuffle toward the sidewalk, my mom muttering angrily under her breath while my dad trudges silently beside her. I should go inside. I should close the door and be done with it. But I don't. I stand there, arms crossed, watching them struggle because, for the first time in my life, they are the ones who have to deal with the consequences of their own actions. And damn, it feels good. My mom suddenly stops in her tracks. She whirls around, face twisted in rage. You owe us. We gave you everything. I lean against the doorframe, unfazed. Everything? You gave everything to Emily. I just got whatever crumbs were left over. She scoffs. That's not true. I laugh. A bitter, humorless laugh. Oh, really? Let's do a little math, shall we? I hold up a finger. How much did you pay for Emily's college? Silence. I hold up a second finger. How much did you give Emily when she couldn't afford rent because she blew all her money on some business venture that flopped in 2 months? Still nothing. I hold up a third. How many times did you bail her out when she maxed out her credit cards? When she crashed her car? When she called you crying because she didn't know where all her money went? My mom's face is getting redder and redder. I hold up a fourth finger. And now tell me, exactly how much did you give me when I asked for help with my own college tuition? Oh wait, I remember. You told me to figure it out myself because Emily needed it more. My mom glares at me, seething, but she doesn't deny it. She can't deny it. Because it's the truth. My dad shifts uncomfortably, probably wishing he could melt into the pavement. I shake my head, disgusted. You chose her. Every time. And now she doesn't even pick up the damn phone when you need help? That's not my fault. That's yours. My mom is shaking with fury. We did what was best for our family. I narrow my eyes. No. You did what was best for Emily. She lets out a strangled sound, like she's about to explode again. But my dad suddenly grabs her arm and mutters something too low for me to hear. He's done. He just wants to leave. She yanks her arm away, but after a moment, she turns and storms off, dragging her suitcase like it personally insulted her. My dad follows, shoulders slumped, and soon enough, they disappear around the corner. I let out a breath I didn't even realize I was holding. For the first time in years, I feel free. No more guilt. No more expectations. No more being the backup plan. I step back inside and lock the door. But just as I turn away, my phone buzzes in my hand. A text. From Emily. And when I open it, my stomach drops. Mom just called me. She's furious. She says you humiliated them and left them on the street. But don't worry, I have an idea. An idea? I stare at the message, a strange mix of amusement and dread creeping in. What is she up to now? I stare at Emily's text, my stomach twisting. An idea? That's never good. Emily's ideas usually mean trouble for everyone but her. Before I can even type a response, my phone buzzes again. Call me. We need to talk. I roll my eyes. Of course. Because why send a text when she can talk over me instead? Still, I can't help but be curious. I sigh, press call, and put the phone to my ear. She picks up immediately. Wow. So, you actually kicked Mom and Dad out? That's kinda brutal, don't you think? I scoff. Oh, don't start. They showed up at my door demanding I take care of them. What was I supposed to do? Emily sighs dramatically, like she's already exhausted by this conversation. I don't know. Maybe not throw our parents onto the street? That seems like a solid option. My grip tightens around the phone. Funny. You weren't so concerned when you turned them away. Silence. I smirk. Yeah, they didn't tell me, but I figured it out. You were their first choice, weren't you? They went crawling to you first, and you shut the door in their faces. And now you're mad that I did the same thing. Emily lets out a little laugh, but there's an edge to it. Oh, come on. You know how it is. I have things going on. A social life. A career. Responsibilities. I can't just drop everything to babysit two boomers who can't handle their money. I raise an eyebrow. And I can. There's a pause, then she sighs like I'm being unreasonable. I mean, yeah? You've always been the responsible one. The one who's, like, good at dealing with this kind of stuff. You're independent. Smart. You actually plan ahead. You can handle this. I nearly laugh out loud. So let me get this straight. You got to be the reckless, spoiled one for your entire life, and now that our parents need help, you just assume I should deal with it because I was forced to be the responsible one. Emily hums thoughtfully. I mean, yeah, that sounds about right. I shake my head, stunned. Wow, you really don't even try to hide it, do you? She giggles. Why would I? It's just the natural order of things. I mean, come on, they love me. Always have. You know that. They were never going to ask me to do the hard stuff. That's what you're for. My jaw clenches. Then why are you even calling me? She clicks her tongue. Because you're being ridiculous. Look, I get it. You're mad. You want to make a point. But be honest, don't you feel even a little bad? Leaving them out there like that? They're old. They're stressed. They're family. And let's be real, you can totally afford to let them stay for a while. Your place is way bigger than mine. You have the space. I let out a slow breath. You know what's funny? If they had just asked me for help, If they had come to me like normal human beings instead of demanding and guilt-tripping, I might have actually considered it. But they didn't. And now here you are, acting like I'm some kind of villain for refusing to clean up your mess. Emily sighs like I'm a child who just doesn't get it. Look, I know they can be a bit much, but they are our parents. And one day, you're going to regret treating them like this. I shake my head. No, they're going to regret treating me like this. Emily is quiet for a moment. Then she lets out a soft, amused chuckle. You're really not going to budge on this, huh? I said, not even a little. She responded, wow, cold. I told her, you would know. She snickers. Okay, fine. Have it your way. But don't say I didn't warn you. Warn me. I frown. Warn me about what? But she's already hung up. I stare at my phone, a strange sense of unease creeping in. Because if I know Emily, she's not the type to just let things go. And something tells me she's about to make this way worse. The uneasy feeling settles in my stomach like a rock. I know Emily too well. That wasn't a conversation, it was a warning. A threat wrapped in a sugar-coated giggle. And the worst part? I don't even have to wait long to find out what she meant. 2 days later, my doorbell rings. I sigh, already exhausted before I even get up from the couch. I don't have to look. I know who it is. I pull open the door, and there they are. My parents. Again. But this time, they're not just standing there like lost, confused victims. No, this time, they look confident. Smug, even. Like they know something I don't. I cross my arms. No. Whatever you're about to say, the answer is no. My mom lets out a dramatic sigh, clutching her chest like I've just shot her. Do you hear how you speak to us? To your own parents? After everything we've done for you. I don't take the bait. Cut to the chase. Why are you here? My dad steps forward, arms crossed. We talked to Emily. Of course they did. And I deadpan. And she told us everything. My mom says, shaking her head in disappointment. How you've been selfish. How you've always resented us. How you turned your back on family just because you finally got a little money in your pocket. I snort. Selfish? That's rich, coming from the two people who demanded I fund their retirement while treating me like a second-class citizen compared to Emily. My dad's jaw tightens. This isn't about Emily, isn't it? I cut him off. Because you didn't demand she take care of you. You didn't scream at her about family obligations. She told you no, and you just accepted it. But when I say no, suddenly I'm the worst child in the world. My mother shakes her head. She has a different life, sweetie. You know that. She's not as stable as you. I laugh, actually laugh. Oh, you mean because I'm responsible? Because I didn't party away my 20s or hop from job to job with no plan. That's my reward? Getting saddled with your problems while she gets to live stress-free. My dad huffs. You're being dramatic. Oh, I'm being dramatic? I shake my head, fighting back the urge to slam the door in their faces. Let me guess. Emily told you that I owe you. That I'm cruel. That I'm ruining our family, right? My mom nods furiously, like I've just proven her point. Yes, exactly. She said she was horrified at how you treated us. She said you're turning into a bitter, greedy person, and you don't even see it. I smile, slow and cold. Right? And let me guess. She also couldn't take you in herself, because she's just not in the right place right now. But she really wishes she could help. My parents glance at each other, clearly not expecting me to nail it so perfectly. I let out a sharp laugh. Wow, she really played you like a damn fiddle, huh? My dad frowns. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the fact that Emily manipulated you exactly the way she always does. She threw just enough fake sympathy your way to make you think she cares, all while making sure the responsibility still falls entirely on me. My mother crosses her arms, but I see the hesitation in her eyes. That's not true. Oh, really? So tell me, after she told you how awful I was, what exactly did she offer to do for you? Silence. I nod. Yeah, that's what I thought. My dad clears his throat, trying to regain control. That doesn't change the fact that you owe us. We raised you, fed you, put a roof over your head, and now that we need your help, you want to abandon us. I exhale slowly, clenching my fists. Okay, let's go down that road. Yes, you raised me. You did the bare minimum a parent should do. But you also made it very clear my entire life that Emily was your priority. You gave her the best of everything while I got the scraps. You excused everything she did, no matter how selfish or irresponsible. And now you're shocked that I don't feel the same loyalty to you that she pretends to. My mother scoffs. That's not fair. It's completely fair, I snap. You taught me, my entire life, that I wasn't your favorite, that my needs came second, that I was less important than Emily. And now you're demanding I take responsibility for you, while she gets to live guilt-free. Absolutely not. You made your bed. Now lie in it. Their faces darken. I've hit a nerve. My dad clenches his jaw. You'll regret this. I smile, sharp and cold. No, you will. I slam the door in their faces. They pound on it, screaming at me, but I don't care. I walk away, heart pounding, adrenaline surging. But then, the pounding stops. Silence. For a split second, I think they've finally given up. That maybe, just maybe, they've realized I'm serious. But then bang. I whirl around just in time to see the door shudder in its frame. They're trying to force their way in. Rage boils up inside me. I march back to the door, rip it open, and stare them down. Are you insane? I snap. You're really about to break my door because I won't let you mooch off me? My mother's eyes are wild, desperate. We have nowhere else to go. What kind of child abandons their parents like this? I hold up my phone. The kind who will call the cops if you don't leave in the next 5 seconds. My father sneers. You wouldn't dare. Try me. I press the emergency dial. Say one more word, and we'll find out. The color drains from their faces. For all their entitlement, they know I'm not bluffing. My mom glares at me, tears pooling in her eyes. You're a monster. I shrug. And you're trespassing. Get lost. They stand there, fuming, but after a few tense seconds, they finally turn and stomp off. My mother sobs dramatically, my father mutters under his breath, and I don't even care anymore. I slam the door shut. This time for good. And just like that, it's over. No more guilt. No more manipulation. No more being treated like a backup plan while Emily skates by, free and clear. They made their choice years ago. And now, I've made mine. After that day, I stopped answering their calls. No texts, no voicemails. Just silence. Weeks passed, and I heard nothing from them. I'd like to say it was a relief, but part of me still felt that familiar pang of guilt, even though I knew deep down I'd made the right choice. Eventually, Emily tried to call me, but I didn't pick up. The same old manipulative spiel, you're breaking mom and dad's hearts, but I wasn't buying it anymore. I didn't want to keep playing this game. I never heard from my parents again. And you know what? I'm okay with that.